There are 4 common things that I see people not doing in their dog training. And in today's video, I'm going to go over those 4 things and I can show you how you can start to implement them right now. And it's going to transform your dog training. I'm Instructor Steve. Welcome back to McCann Dogs. One of the most common mistakes I see when it comes to dog owners training their dogs is having an expectation that their dog should be a certain age and know a certain thing. When it comes to dog training, it really comes down to what does your dog actually know? In terms of their age, it really doesn't matter because people want to know, okay, my dog is a year old. Should they be able to do this yet? Well, that depends. It depends on what you have taught your dog. It depends on how consistent you have been teaching your dog whatever that thing is. Let's take greeting people, for example. If you have a social, outgoing dog, and for the first 6 months of their life, they've been allowed to jump all over people and reward themselves for that behavior, then it's hard to expect them at that age to not do that thing. So when it comes down to training your dog, it's not about the age. It is about training to their level of understanding and building from that point. The big thing that's going to come along with that is the consistency that goes. I like to say to my students, it's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice makes perfect. So if you're training your dog, no matter the age, have a clear expectation of what it is you want them to do and show them how to do it. Spend time teaching them, here's what I want, here's how to be right. Once we spent time doing that, that's when the consistency comes into play. And that's often where the wheels fall off. Because people think, well, my dog knows this when I show them. But when we take away some of those little helps, some of those little lures, their understanding goes out the window. But that's really where the most important work needs to be done. Proofing through their mistakes and being able to say, no, I asked you to sit. I expect you to sit. And here's how to do that. And none of those things have to do with your puppy's age. It all has to do with their skill level and their understanding. What motivates your dog? What is your dog interested in? As you're working through this training process and you're working through proofing their understanding of things, one of the most common questions I get is, well, my dog doesn't like the thing that I have. They're not interested in the food. And that's one element of it. Life isn't all about food, but there are lots of other things that could motivate your dog. Have you tried different food? Have you tried food before you fed them a whole meal? Have you tried toys? Have you tried playing? Have you tried a bunch of different toys? Tapping into what your dog naturally wants can be the difference maker in keeping their attention and making yourself valuable out in the world. For some of our retriever dogs, having a great tug toy that you can tug and play with them. For maybe some of our sight hounds or dogs that like to chase things, get a toy, put it on a string. Use things that they like. Teach them to catch a Frisbee. When I can start to really say my dog likes this reward the best, and then this one a little bit less, and then this one a little bit less, I can start to vary my level of reward to help my dog understand that I'm valuable, that I'm worthwhile paying attention to. So find what motivates your dog and try different things. I get all kinds of people that tell me,
I've tried.
and I bet they have. I really honestly do think they have. But have they tried it in every situation? Have they tried different variations of that thing to really present it in a manner that makes it appealing to your dog? When you start to get more and more dogs, and we see this all the time, each dog's personality comes into play. Just because your last dog liked that particular fuzzy toy doesn't mean your next one is. And that comes down to dog personality. You could have dogs from the exact same litter. That could be brother and sister, or even complete twin brothers. And they would act differently around different rewards. So you have to play around with it. You have to find out what motivates your dog. If you have a dog in your house that you are trying to train and you'd like support from the McCann Dogs instructors, check out our Puppy Essentials or Life Skills online and in-person classes. The link is in the description below. Don't underestimate what your dog is capable of. I see so many people every single week that have incredible dogs that get limited because they don't think that their dogs are capable of more than they are working on. Dogs are incredible animals and can learn very complex things, provided you approach it in the right way. But if you can find the thing that motivates them and you happen to go to a place where it's too much and that thing that motivates them has gone out the window, well, that's information for you. That's not a fail. That's a good place for you to say, okay, that was too much. I need to find something that may be further away from that thing or a little quieter with a little bit less distraction. And I can build on success in little teeny bits as I work towards that end. Huge, high, amazing behavior. Don't get stuck having your dog be wrong over and over and over again. Making adjustments along the way will really help your dog to learn, and you keeping that high expectation in the back of your mind, that behavior that you're working towards there, and you can keep taking the steps towards it. But don't give up, because your dog can do a lot of really cool things. Be a good leader for your dog. But what does leadership mean? That's a pretty big darn word. Well, good leaders for dogs have great information. They show the dogs every single time how to be right. They have a clear expectation. So the dog knows exactly what it is they want from them. And great leaders are consistent every single time. Where leadership tends to fall apart is when sometimes we say you need to do this thing and other times we don't. Remember, early in our training, we're showing the dogs over and over and over how to be right. And then once we get through that, we are saying, here's how to do it. And if you don't do it, no big deal. I'm not mad at you, but you're still going to do it. I'm going to help you to do that thing. Keeping clear information, clear expectation, and showing those dogs how to be right over and over and over will make the biggest impact on your training every single day. We talked about 4 specific things in today's video, but all of them relate back to leadership. If you want to learn how to be a good leader for your dog, click that video right there. And with that, I'm Instructor Steve. Happy training.